Hey, Pop Talk Tribe, just finished working out, so I am spent, I'm sweaty, but I wanted to check in with you. Listen, if you could ask yourself one question that could shape the kind of father you are, what would it be? My name is Chauncey, and I'm here with another Pop Talk moment. Let's be real. Fatherhood can feel like a juggling act between work, responsibilities, and just trying to get some sleep. We often end up in reactive mode. Can you relate to this? I know what it's like to feel the weight of being the provider, the weight of being the protector and the problem solver. But in all of that doing, have you ever stopped to ask yourself, am I being the dad my child needs? Think about it. The dad your child needs, not the dad you wish your dad had been, right? We all fall into that. Not the dad you think society expects. Not even the dad your favorite Instagrammer influencer seems to be, including me, right? Here's the problem. Too many of us default to fathering out of habit, fathering out of fear, or fathering out of our past. We're stuck in reactive fatherhood, chasing the urgent, but missing the important. And when that happens, we risk losing connection with our children. And that's what matters the most. So, how do we break free from that trap? By focusing on one powerful question. What does my child need from me right now? This question puts the focus where it belongs, on them and not on us. For your 16-year-old daughter, it might mean being a safe space when she needs to vent about life and relationships. Or maybe you got an 11-year-old son and it means tossing the ball in the backyard, even when you're exhausted. You just came home from work and that's the last thing you want to do, but you do it because he needs your time more than your advice. When you ask this question, it shifts your mindset from reactive to intentional. You stop seeing fatherhood as a checklist of duties and seeing it as an opportunity to meet your kids right where they are. Here are 3 tips. I want to give you 3 tips for putting this question into action. Tip number 1, pause and pray before reacting. Take 30 seconds to just simply pause and ask God for wisdom. Ask him for clarity to see what your child truly needs. As James 1:5 says, it says, if any of you lack wisdom, you should ask God who gives generously. Right? I love that. Tip number 2, be present. When your child talks, listen without jumping in with solutions. And I'm guilty of this. Sometimes their greatest need is simply to be heard. Adapt your approach. Your kids are different and their needs change as they grow. What worked then may not work now, right? What worked when they were toddlers won't work when they're teens. So be willing to learn and adjust. All right. Tip number 3, ask them directly. I learned this one from my wife. It's not a sign of weakness to ask your kids, what do you need from me right now? It's actually a sign of love and humility. And so here's the takeaway from today, right? And lean in for this. Listen, a father's greatest strength isn't in having all the answers, but in asking the right questions. Dads, let's commit to asking the one question that can transform our fatherhood journey. What does my child need from me right now? And thanks for joining me for this Pop Talk moment. Remember, being a great dad isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up intentionally and loving your kids well. Until next time, go show up.